Nevada now can claim to be an open enrollment state, to where now every single family, individual in the public school have the opportunity to ensure that their designated area and address is not restricting them from educational opportunities. We also help pass foreign doctors, and what this does is allow any individual who has gainful legal employment in the state of Nevada in the medical field can now have a pathway to ensure that they have a license in the state of Nevada to practice. And then lastly, our big bill that we were able to contribute and defeat was the film tax. You're seeing now a little bit more of the market response to states is let's use taxpayer dollars to prop up corporations or industries. In this case, Hollywood came knocking. They want to make Nevada home. We stood and connected with the legislatures and ensured that, look, Nevada is one of the states that we want to make sure is not only business friendly, but has a free market approach.
Americans are capable of achieving extraordinary things when they have the freedom and opportunity to do so. This is American Potential.
Hey everyone, welcome to the American Potential Podcast. I'm your host, David Fromm. As you can see, I'm not in the usual studio because we are recording from the State Policy Network annual meeting. SPN focuses on helping organizations to expand freedom and opportunity in their states. Because Americans for Prosperity has so many of its state staff here at this event, we wanted to take the opportunity to record one of our 50 Stars, 50 Stories episodes. This series is leading up to America's 250th birthday, and each month we're going to highlight the states that joined the Union during that month. So for this episode, we are focusing on the one and only state that joined in October. Which state was it? Here's a hint. Back in the middle of the Civil War, this state officially became the 36th state to join the Union. Its statehood wasn't just about adding another star to the flag. It played an important role in helping secure President Abraham Lincoln's re-election and ensuring support for the Union cause. Today, it may be known today for its glittering casinos and wide-open deserts, but its history runs much deeper. So, which state are we talking about? Let's find out with today's guest, Wiz Rouzard, who is Nevada's Deputy State Director for Americans for Prosperity. Wiz, welcome.
David, that was amazing. As you know, with the battle-born state, it's never a dull moment, and I'm always proud to call myself a Nevadan and represent the values that Nevada has helped contribute to this country.
Awesome, man. I'm so excited to talk about Nevada. I think it's a state that a lot of people think they know about, but they don't really know a lot about. I learned about it just kind of preparing to talk about it and stuff. And I know that you're a big cheerleader for the state that you live in, so
yes.
I'm super excited for what we're doing there as a chapter also. So before we get started, when did you join the Nevada State Chapter?
So actually, I went out to Las Vegas on a football scholarship. I played for the only university in Nevada, and that's the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. And although we have the University of Nevada, we're the real university is what we say because we have the Fremont Cannon. But I went out to Nevada in 2005 and been out there ever since. And I joined American for Prosperity in 2017.
Nice. Yeah. So you're going to be pushing up on a decade soon.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
Awesome. So, all right, now let's get into our questions. In what year did Nevada officially become a state?
We call ourselves the battle-born state because of 1864. Nevada Day is October 31st. And, David, a lot of people don't know that when we sent the transmission to Congress for our state constitution, it was the longest and most costless transmission ever. And so we're always a proud state to ensure that when we join as the 36th state, we were able to support President Abraham Lincoln in ensuring that the Civil War not only was financially supported, but that he had the numbers to continue uniting this country in the right direction.
Yeah, it's fascinating that it's still the largest or the most expensive telegraph actually transmission of all time. That's pretty amazing. I think it's like $60,000 in today's dollars.
Today's dollars, yes indeed.
So Nevada, not Nevada, by the way, so everybody knows. Nevada.
Thank you. You earned your stripes there.
Yeah, it took me a while to learn that one. You know, I don't know. I think the East Coast in me always wants to say Nevada, but yeah, Nevada. The name comes from. Well, do you know where the word comes from? The name.
So there's been a couple of discussions, debate around it, but the native have referred to it as the snow caps of the mountains. Others have insinuated that it's some local leader back before Nevada was a territory that the Native Americans respected that individual much. Thing about Nevada is you get a lot of stories. You don't know what's factual or not, but that's what makes it always interesting.
Well, I think it's kind of funny because most of us think of desert and extreme heat when we think of Nevada.
Precisely.
But it really means snow-covered.
Yep.
Referring to the snow-capped Sierra Nevada. Mountains.
And most people don't know also, Dave, is that Nevada actually has the most mountain ranges in the entire country. Absolutely. If you ever take a beautiful drive from Las Vegas to northern Nevada, you'll get to see a plethora of them.
Wow.
And they've said that there's about over 300 different mountain ranges in Nevada altogether.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I didn't know any of that.
Best. We always say it's one of the best sunsets that you can ever experience.
That's awesome. That it is a beautiful state. I can tell you. I've driven through the top of it and the bottom of it, and it's super beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. All right. What is Nevada's state motto?
All for none, or all for us.
Yes, all for our country.
All for our country.
Yes. Not confused with the nickname, but the state officially changed the motto on the seal in 1866.
Yep.
To all for our country, which is pretty cool. It's a good motto.
Amazing model, and that's the thing about Nevada is it's very unifying. If you find a lot of historical context across our 17 counties, you'll see there's been a lot of cultural diversities that united around the ideas of freedom and liberty. Hence why I said earlier, for myself, I always say it's the debt-free state. That's what we like to return Nevada to, and making sure that we have lower taxes, less taxes actually, because we have a sales tax now, but making sure that economic freedom is available to all.
That's great, man. Yeah, you guys are doing great work that way.
Yeah.
So, what famous discovery in 1859 sparked Nevada's mining boom?
So as you can see on my bolo here, it is comprised of silver. And this bolo actually was made with Nevada silver.
Nice.
And that's what helped contribute to the economic boom of Nevada altogether.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, the Comstock lode was discovered in Virginia City.
Yes.
And it was the richest known silver deposit in the United States.
Yep. And they're saying that there's still some more in Nevada. And that it has yet to be discovered, but it's got a lot of beautiful resources altogether.
Yeah. So, all right, what was the first major industry in Nevada after the decline of mining in the late 19th century?
Well, it's what still thrives today, and unfortunately, Las Vegas has hitched its wagon to it. It's gambling, and we say that because as Americans for Prosperity in Nevada, our goal is to diversify the economy, where it's not just tourism and gambling, but a multitude of different industries that we believe is going to bring a little bit more stability for our economy. Well,
but I think gambling came later, and this one was cattle ranching.
Oh, cattle ranching. That's right.
We're also in favor of cattle ranching.
Yeah. Actually, the bats, sheep, and cattle were a big thing in northern Nevada altogether as well. I'm glad you reminded me of that.
Yeah. So, all right, what major event was legalized in Nevada on March 17th, 1931, boosting its economy during the Great Depression? You may have already discussed this.
Yes, it was absolutely gambling.
Yep.
And they always say gambling built Las Vegas for sure. I always countered that and said it wasn't gambling. It was a technology known as air conditioning, because there's no way you'd find me gambling in Vegas without proper
I'm sure
air.
there are articles and books written on this, but the role air conditioning has played
huge.
in America
Huge.
in the 20th century is unbelievable.
Yes.
Because you look at the fastest growing states, they're all really hot.
Really hot.
And there's a reason people didn't live in them before.
Yep. Being in Vegas, all through Nevada, you get sometimes the temperatures are triple digits to where it's unbearable.
Yep.
And you sit there sometimes and think, how did people in the past deal with this? And it's the air conditioning, right? That really transformed it.
Yeah. It is so amazing. Like to think about, Texas, Florida, Arizona, all these states that are growing so quickly. Nevada, I mean, yeah. All right. What was the first casino to open on Highway 91 in Nevada, now known as the Las Vegas Strip?
Actually, it's a famous road named after it. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's El Rancho.
Nice. Exactly right.
Yep.
1941, El Rancho.
Yep.
Vegas. Yep. All right. Which famous hotel and casino opened in 1946 by Bugsy Siegel, which marked a significant moment in Las Vegas history?
Ooh, I mean, it's a joke, Siegel Sweets, right? That's where you get Siegel Sweets. Was it Harris?
Nope. Starts with an F.
Fremont Street?
Nope. The Flamingo Hotel.
Flamingo! And I love the Flamingo. You go there and see the pink flamingos and everything.
Yeah.
Still one of my favorite properties.
Maybe you're not up here on your mob connections right now.
Yeah.
All right. What significant infrastructure project completed in 1936 is the largest single public works project in U.S. history?
You know, David, when you use the word public works, it's one of those that if you ever get a chance to come out to Las Vegas and you got yourself about 4 hours, I would strongly recommend that you visit the Hoover Dam.
Yeah.
Because that project altogether, not only was it significant in boosting the economy, but it really created infrastructure still today that is imperative in supporting Las Vegas. And so I always talk about Lake Mead, the man-made lake, and just the ingenuity that you see there. And I think if we were to allow innovation, right, less government, and allow people ideas to thrive, you would see similar things coming into Nevada and stimulating the economy altogether. But I'm always proud when my family and friends come out, I give them a personal tour of the Hoover Dam,
nice.
Give them some fun facts, and y'all even throw in there, you know, sometimes people say underneath the Hoover Dam is a military secret base.
I think I saw a movie where that was the case.
Exactly.
Like an alien movie. Well-known fact, it's 3.25 million cubic yards of concrete.
Yep, enough to build a sidewalk from the West Coast all the way to New York and back.
Wow, that's awesome. All right, what's the highest point in Nevada?
Ooh, that's a great question because I think it's about 14 or 15,000. 13. And I forget the name of the peak. That's crazy because I love Mount Charleston.
Yep. It's Boundary Peak.
Boundary Peak.
In Esmeralda County.
Esmeralda County.
All right, what is the only Nevada lake with an outlet to the sea?
The only Nevada lake with an outlet to the sea. You have, well, it can't be Lake Lahontan.
You already mentioned it.
Lake Mead?
Yeah. Who knew?
Colorado River.
Oh, there you go.
So Colorado River flows through Lake Mead. Makes sense.
Nice. All right. Do you know what the only Nevada lake? Oh, do you know the largest natural lake entirely within Nevada's borders is?
Natural lake?
Yeah.
Huh.
I'll give you a hint. It's north.
So we just had a state retreat, and we often like to pick very unique places throughout the state that our team can come together and kind of cast our strategy plan for the next 3 to 5 years. And if it's anything that I can recall that fits that description, it's got to be Lake Tahoe.
Nope, because I think that's also in California.
Oh, California does share that.
Yeah. Pyramid Lake, north
how did
of Reno.
I forget Pyramid Lake?
I didn't know.
Nevada consists of a lot of dry lake beds as well, which is what attracted aviation. Howard Hughes found that with dry lake beds, you just had enough land to kind of really experiment. So I've always said that the Wright brothers could have had probably quicker success if they were in Nevada.
Right. That's probably true.
Yeah.
All right. Which Nevada highway is famously called the Extraterrestrial Highway?
Oh. Is it 91 or 95?
It's State Route 375.
375. Yeah.
I don't know what that is. But it's because of its proximity to Area 51.
Yeah.
All right. What type of testing was being done in Nevada in the 1950s during the Cold War?
When you say testing, that can go different ways because if you believe in aliens, there's stories there too.
Right.
But nuclear testing.
Yeah.
And still today, the Nevada nuclear site.
I actually, one of my first time ever going to Nevada and Las Vegas was with the Nuclear Energy Institute.
Yeah.
And they took us to Yucca Mountain.
Yep.
Where, the nuclear waste storage, and to the sites where they did surface level testing with atomic weapons, and like we couldn't get off the bus because the ground was still
radiated.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know, you actually could pull up a map and it shows you some of the names of the bombs and experiments that took place. And for a while, I don't know if it's still happening, but Nevada used to lease its experiment to other countries in terms of its own bombs as well. And most of it now, they say, is done underground rather than on the surface. But to your point, there's still a lot of areas that you just still can't even, get close to because of the radiation.
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating to me. I was like,
yeah. There's actually an awesome bar downtown Las Vegas called Atomic Bar. And the reason they call it that is because that's where people would go. And they had a perfect patio where you can actually watch some of the nuclear bombs go off from the distance. Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy when you think about it.
Yeah. All right, what is the state flower of Nevada?
Oh, gosh. I learned this at the legislature, but to be honest, I totally forgot. What is it?
It's sagebrush.
Sagebrush.
I didn't even think that was a flower.
Yeah, that surprised me.
Yeah. All right, what annual event in the Black Rock Desert creates the temporary Black Rock City, attracting over 70,000 people?
When you say 70,000, sometimes they get a little scary because they say it's a little bit more. Matter of fact, was it last year or 2 years ago when Burning Man came about? There's people who were stuck. There's emergency response that had to be done. I think there was a storm that came in and it just made
everything mud. It seemed
very
like.
muddy. Yeah. People were concerned. People had to walk long distances without food and water. But what's interesting about Burning Man is the culture dynamics that happen. And when you get government out of the way, it's amazing what people are capable of. And Burning Man kind of highlights that to a T.
All right, so now turning to AFP in Nevada. Do you know when the state chapter got its start?
Actually, I know exactly when because I was a volunteer for the Republican Party at the time. And I had joined the Ron Paul campaign back in 2011. And that's when I started understanding local and state politics. And when I got involved with the local party, I had learned of Americans for Prosperity, which came about in 2012.
Nice.
And when I first heard of American for Prosperity, it was kind of what anything kind of gets. You get the rumors. Oh, this is a bad organization. The people who were running it, people said, had some issues, wasn't really about America and the principles of the Constitution. And so when I was approached by, at the time, Juan Martinez, who was a state director, he reached out to me and asked, hey, would you like to work for Americans for Prosperity? I thought it was a joke until he said, no, I'm the state director. And he said, look, read Charles Koch's book, Science to Success, and let me know your thoughts. And I couldn't put that book down because every single page resonated with my personal creed, and that was believing in people, empowering people from bottom up, and believing in the principles that have always made this country great. And that's laid out in the Constitution, but more importantly in the stories that made up our country. And so I was proud to join American for Prosperity in October of 2017. That's the other thing me and Nevada share, is it became a state in the month of October, and so did I become a staff member with American for Prosperity in October.
Nice. I like how that lines up. So what are some of the big wins that you've all had this year in the state?
So this year, past legislative session for the 83rd legislative session, our organization works super hard. I'd be remiss, David, if I didn't talk about the Libre Initiative. The reason I bring up Libre is because the Latino population has been growing immensely in our state. And because of the Libre Initiative, doing a lot of grassroots outreach, we were able to partner with them and drive a lot of policy wins throughout the state. Some of the ones that I like to talk about is donor protection. We worked with both Democrats and Republicans to ensure that every donor in Nevada, if you ever donate to a nonprofit, 501c3, C4, that there is protected by the First Amendment. And I was able to educate a lot of legislators about American for Prosperity Foundation taken to California to court, and the Supreme Court, U.S. Supreme Court, actually ruling that to donate to a 501c3, is a First Amendment protective speech. And so we were really proud that Governor Lombardo actually worked very diligent with us, and once we passed it in the legislature, he signed it, and he was really, really proud of the work that we've done. A couple of things that we had also is education. It's actually a big passion of mine. Nevada now can claim to be an open enrollment state, to where now every single family, individual in the public school have the opportunity to ensure that their designated area and address is not restricting them from educational opportunities. We also help pass foreign doctors, and what this does is allow any individual who has gainful legal employment in the state of Nevada in the medical field can now have a pathway to ensure that they have a license in the state of Nevada to practice. And then lastly, our big bill that we were able to contribute and defeat was the film tax. You're seeing now a little bit more in the market response to states is let's use taxpayer dollars to prop up corporations or industries. In this case, Hollywood came knocking. They want to make Nevada home. We stood and connected with the legislatures and ensured that, look, Nevada is one of the states that we want to make sure is not only business friendly, but has a free market approach to how businesses do come in the state. And the last thing we want is for taxpayers to be on the hook for the risks associated with many industries, young on the film industry as well. So we were able to contribute to helping defeat that. We know that they're still going to be knocking on the door, but that's why we exist, and that's why we connect our constituents to those issues and create call to actions to make sure that we change that.
Cool, man. That's awesome. What are you excited about going forward?
I'm excited about the economic opportunities that we truly have. As you're seeing a lot of shifts in terms of America kind of getting back to, for example, manufacturing and producing a lot of things for the world, I think Nevada stands to be actually the best beacon of hope for how it should be done, and that's less regulations, diversifying its economy. We're known for mining, we're known for gambling and tourism, but more importantly, we're known for small businesses. We're one of the biggest advocates for small businesses. You're always seeing competition between Nevada and Delaware in terms of business registration, and we're still working very diligently to ensure, again, that we have the least amount of restrictions so that every individual and family, when they're considering an alternative, can look to Nevada to be top two, top three in their options and choices. That's
awesome, man. A lot of good work going on there. I really am excited to see how you guys help keep making Nevada transform and kind of live up to its potential.
Well, you know, we're called the battle-born state because we joined the battle of the Civil War. And so we've named our blueprint the battle-born blueprint. And what this highlight is ensuring that we pursue Nevada in many areas, but predominantly in economic reform. As I said, making it more business-friendly. Education, we still have some work to do there, David, in making sure that families have the ability to access funds. We need to fund ESAs, Education Savings Account, to ensure the resources are available and put in the hands of families. And lastly, healthcare. I think healthcare, it's becoming a bigger issue. Now that the federal government's kind of taking its hands off in terms of financing a lot of bad, wasteful spending that's occurred in healthcare, it's putting the states in a position to reassess how we're approaching it. So we have a lot of work to be done there, and in making sure that Nevada has a quality of life, but more importantly, quality of economic opportunity for every individual.
Awesome, man. Well, that's great. I really appreciate you coming on, being part of our 50 Stars, 50 Stories series. And so we can celebrate Nevada coming into the Union in October. So good luck to you guys, and keep up the great work you're doing out there in the battle-born state.
Always. Thank you a lot, David.
Thanks, man. Well, folks, if you like this episode and would like to stay connected with the podcast, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel, as well as following us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And always remember, liberty and freedom are easily taken for granted. Don't take it for granted. Go out there and defend freedom and liberty. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Thank you for listening to American Potential. You may listen to more stories from Americans working every day to expand freedom and opportunity in their communities by visiting AmericanPotential.com.